How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, we got another Kobe hater. It's going to be a long video. This is a popcorn video. I'm going to drag this bitch. Who are these people? So, who do we have here? Dr. Liza Sequoia from Camas High School in Arizona. There's been some stuff popping off. So I'm going to take this family on this journey. But look at that mug. Look at her hair. Look at her face. She got some personal issues. And she feels some kind of way about Kobe Bryant. So let's go here first. High school principal who wrote karma caught up with Kobe Bryant placed on leave. This is February 6th.
High school today after they say someone made a threat against the principal on social media last night. Now, it's all connected to comments that Dr. Liza Sequoia made following the death of Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and 8 others. She wrote on her personal Facebook page, "Not gonna lie, seems to me that karma caught up with a rapist today." Sequoia later deleted that post. She wrote an email to students' families Monday, calling her initial reaction inappropriate and tasteless. The district put her on administrative leave as it investigates that comment.
My focus right now is on supporting the school and the students and really listening to them in terms of what they think should be the next steps forward in terms of repairing trust.
A student walkout to protest Sequoia's comments was planned for today, but will be delayed until tomorrow. Police are investigating the threat.
All right, my royal family. So, before we go over to the next video, I want to point something out about this school. Let me see here. Okay, this Camas High School is 78.2% white, 1% black, literally 20 students. Look at that. Hispanic 6.9, 138. Asian Pacific 6.4, 100. Okay, 138 for Hispanic and 128 for Asians. Native American Indians 0.4, 8 students. Hawaiian Pacific Islander 0.5%, 10 students, and 2 or more races, 6.7, 134 students. So I want y'all to keep that on your frontal lobe, that this school is lily white. All right, as we continue on my royal family. All right, I'm gonna play this video. I'm gonna listen to what this dude gonna say, and then I have something to read from this.
You know, I don't support it. You know, it's hard for me to understand it. You know, I think anytime there's a loss of life, or you know, I hope that all of us come together and rally around that. And you know, it didn't come across that way.
The Camas School District has placed the Camas High School principal on paid administrative leave after she started receiving threats online. It comes after a post on her personal Facebook page regarding the death of Kobe Bryant sparked backlash online. Devin Haskins reports.
One after another, students leaving on their own and going home. Parents also stopping in to take their child home after threats made to the principal over her Kobe Bryant post.
This isn't conducive to education. There was the threat of violence against the school, and I know they were planning a student walkout, and I don't want him to participate in something like that.
First, the threats. One social media post that the district looked into said, "Just posted the school's info and told people to do what they have to do." Because of posts like these, the district had extra police stationed at the school.
we take that seriously. And so we contacted Camas Police Department and had them look at that, investigate it, to try to determine, is this a safe thing?
They determined there was no credible threat. Superintendent Jeff Snell said he first learned of the principal's post last Friday and immediately started an investigation. He says Liza Sikора's post doesn't meet their social media expectations.
What we talk about is if it's a disruption to the school environment, then it kind of follows into a policy that we have. And, obviously things like this get a life of their own in today's world, and it has become a disruption. And so that's something that we need to address.
Sikora wasn't at school today after being placed on leave for her own safety. I talked with her yesterday and asked if she still felt the same way about her post.
Do you still feel like Kobe Bryant deserved to die?
And that was not my intent. I guess when I think of karma, I think of what comes around goes around. Like I said, I posted the comment before I had any details. So it was in poor taste. I regret that.
That apology rang hollow to some students.
It just seemed really fake and just manufactured, both the email and what she said over the announcements.
As far as what's next for Camas High School, Snell says the safety and support of students comes first.
As far as Sikora's future, the superintendent would not address it. A planned walkout today was canceled and rescheduled for tomorrow. Students say they will leave class for 9 minutes, 1 minute for each of the victims in the crash.
All right. Oh, wait. Oh, let's refresh that and see if we can get back there. Let me see. Wait a minute. Let's take this down. Wait, let's see what's going on. Put that on mute. And what I wanted to do was to read her letter. And there's something in here key that she said that pissed me off. And you heard one of them students. Them kids ain't stupid. They know they own. You heard what that boy said. So anyway, here it is. You may be aware that a copy of a social media post I made on my personal Facebook page is circulating digitally in our community today. I apologize to my staff, and now I apologize to you. On January 26th, after news broke Kobe Bryant's death, I made a comment to my private social media, which was a personal, visceral reaction. I want to apologize for suggesting that a person's death is deserved. It was inappropriate and tasteless. Further, I apologize for the disruption it caused to our learning environment today. In education, we remind students to think before they post online, especially when feelings are inflamed. We also teach our students about context, my emotions, and past experience got the best of me. My emotions and past experience got the best of me in that moment. We also teach our students that what we share online has permanency. While what I wrote was posted on a private Facebook account to people who are my friends was quickly removed, I acknowledge that private does not always mean private. I love being principal at Camas High School. We have a tremendous student staff and community. I've learned an important lesson, and I hope that I can earn your trust back. You ain't said shit. But we're going to get a little bit deeper into this. So, some past shit. She been harboring some shit. And then she throwing lugs out like there was a private Facebook. So whatever friends you got on there, they leaked that shit out. So you don't have no friends with your puck ass face.
Hello, Camas students. It was important for me to try to get a chance to talk with each of you. I know a video clip isn't as personal as I would like, but it's the best I can do. This has been a challenging week, but I'm grateful that I've gotten a chance to share the week with you. I think today it can feel like a lot of times we don't have a lot in common with each other. But a week like this, as challenging as it is, it kind of reminds us of what we do share as humans. It's a powerful experience, and it's something that I would never want anybody to have to go through again. But it's something that you're going to remember, and you're going to carry forward with you. And my hope is that we can all be better because of it. I've given a lot of thought about how to best support Camas High School. And I appreciate all of you reaching out to me and the conversations I've had about the path forward. You've all been so thoughtful and compassionate, and I can tell that your focus is on the best interest of Camas High School. I really appreciate that. Trust between a principal and a school is so critical, and it's become clear to me in my time here that trust has been broken. It's caused a disruption to our school. It's demonstrated in many ways. And it's also put you in a really difficult position of either being for or against Dr. Sikora, and that's not fair to you. I do not see a path to repair that trust that can happen in a way that doesn't continue to compromise your educational experience here at Camas High School. Camas High School will be moving forward without Dr. Sikora as principal, as I've accepted her resignation. The road ahead will be challenging as we return our focus back to being students at Camas High. It'll take some time. It'll take us supporting each other. I'm confident we can make it work. In the coming days, I will be speaking with staff and developing a plan to support you in this new journey forward. My hope is that Monday will be the first day of a great rest of your year. Thank you again. I appreciate each of you.
So she got the pimp in with her racist ass. She got the pimp in. But you know what? We're going to hear what she's talking about, too. Because she said something to piss me off. So, as we continue on. Wait a minute. Yeah, you got fired, bitch.
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you have to say about that?
First and foremost, I spent much of today connecting with students. I'm a career educator, 23 years, and I'm embarrassed that I made such a poor decision and let down my students. We communicated with our community last night, my teachers yesterday, and then the students today. I am hopeful that my regret will garner me some trust moving forward.
You mentioned in your statement that you always advise people about context. What generated that particular feeling on that night so that people might understand where that came from?
I have some personal experience that generated the visceral reaction. I would say that I was away from media at the time and just got verbal information that Kobe had passed. Didn't have any additional information. The first post came down after I saw people's responses, and I realized that I was going to take it down. The next post came up saying I had taken it down, and at that time I still did not have context of the reality of the tragedy.
So basically what this bitch is saying, and we know she lying through her teeth, once she found out how Kobe Bryant passed, along with his daughter, and along with 7 other people, then I took it down. And again, it's some personal shit going on with her. And this is what I want to say before I get through it, and I'm going to say it again. And I'm saying it directly to the enemy. Y'all going to learn talking bad about us, doing funky shit towards us. Karma is going to come swift. It ain't going to be years ago and all that shit. We out of our captivity. my royal family. That's what I've been saying about coming out of our captivity. I know we probably don't see overall anything going on, but I've been noticing, and a lot of the bloggers been noticing, because we've been talking about how behind the scenes, how when these people that have utter core hate for us do shit like she do, and even worse than she do, the karma has been swift. The divine hand is real. But that part got me. You got some personal shit going on with you, something happening to you, you supposedly say, and that's the first thing that come out of you. So they exposing theyself. That's why I said, go over to Anchor after you finish listening to this. Peer fire.
Some people question that because of the second post that came up, which was, it's my opinion. If you don't like it, too bad.
Well, and it didn't say if you don't like it, too bad, because I have spent a lot of time apologizing to my personal friends from Facebook as well. What it said is, if people are surprised I share my opinion, that surprised me. I feel like I, in general, tend to be a great advocate, outspoken for students. In my role here, nearing the end of 3 years, I try and do what's right. This was a situation where I didn't think before I posted.
So basically, on your private Facebook, you must have gotten some reaction about Kobe's death and his daughter and those 7 other people, and you're lying through your teeth, and you was basically saying, fuck you, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. This is my opinion. You can take it or leave it. All right? Ain't it juicy now, my royal family? Let's continue on. Crooked face bitch.
And I'm terribly regretful about that.
Can you put that into perspective now? If you had anything to say about what happened, what's appropriate to say as a principal?
What I've been talking with students about today is we hope in our building that when students make mistakes, we give them the opportunity to learn from them, and we start a new day fresh. I'm hoping that what I've learned from this situation, that I'll be given an opportunity like that. I want to repair the trust I've broken with students. I want to continue to serve this community. I have loved every minute of being principal at Camas High School, and I hope one of the students said that my apology this morning sounded scripted. I'll be honest that I was so nervous because I had let down 2,200 kids that I did read it. Maybe in retrospect, I should have just gone from the heart. I have talked with students throughout the day, invited other students who've emailed me to come in. Poignant moment came from a young man who told me it's going to take a while to earn trust back. I told him I love my job, and I'm patient, and I'm willing to earn it back.
Mm-hmm. Some people had said because you had counseled folks last year about these kinds of things being permanent, that you should have known better.
Yes. I mean, in all capital letters, if you will. We are a school, we talk about think before you speak, think before you post. Clearly I didn't do that. And so it's when you're not practicing what you preach, it becomes, not just that I'm remorseful, but I'm embarrassed that I didn't do that when it's what we ask of our students.
Mm-hmm. Some are calling for you to resign.
Yes.
How do you react to that?
I will only say that I love being the principal at Camas High School, and I will continue to do what it takes to earn trust back, to continue to show that this incident is not representative of the work I do to serve our students in our community, and I'm optimistic that my apology will be received and we can begin to move in that direction.
How does that happen? Do you have a vision as to how you approach that? Because it's kind of an odd situation, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm listening right now to anyone who's reaching out. I have a family committee that meets on the second Wednesdays of the month, so I will be listening to them and their thoughts. Students who've reached out, I had one student suggest an assembly. For me, that's maybe too big of a forum. I did an all-call today that came off as somewhat impersonal, so I'm talking with my mentors about what might be appropriate so that more students can share their opinions, and I can begin to have the conversations that will demonstrate I'm committed and I want to earn back the trust.
Awesome. And doing this is probably part of that. Speaking out today.
Well, yes, and it's hard when what I learned from posting writing, the written word can be interpreted some ways. I really want to speak with people because I want them to be able to look at me and know that I'm committed to righting the wrongs I've made in this situation.
This woman is evil and bitter, and I can read her, and you're not believable at all. Do you know, my royal family, whatever those death threats, because it was more than one, they're not gonna put out, all the threats that they had and stuff. Over 1,000 students didn't show up at school. So the school also had to make that business decision too as well. That affects their pocket too, because you know how it is with when them kids are enrolled, they want them kids to participate in school because that federal dollars in them schools. So, and I purposely, my royal family, played the videos in a certain sequence because we already know the bitch done lost her job and she was doing everything she could to hold on to her job and stuff. But before I play this 11-minute video, where is it at? Oh, here it is. Not gonna lie, seems to me that karma caught up with a rapist today. And then somebody, amen, then says, that's what I thought too. And then another person, which was a white guy, you're unbelievable. And then another person said, I wonder what karma his 13-year-old daughter had coming, or the other 3 people. Truth, horrible post about this tragedy. Just confirm his daughter died too. Did she deserve it? Then these her folks. This is her private shit. I guarantee you ain't no black folks on that. So as we continue on, my royal family, let's watch her do everything she can to regain trust.
There's been quite a community uproar regarding your 2 personal Facebook posts regarding the death of Kobe Bryant. People are hurt by your comments. You issued an email apology to families, but parents are furious that a public leader like yourself would even say something like that on social media. How do you respond to that criticism?
I am disappointed that I made the comment in a public forum like Facebook. I have learned that what we continue to teach our students, that nothing's actually private on social media. With that said, I made 2 posts. I put one up, I took it down, and I put another one up, all before having any details of the extent of the tragedy. That was ill thought, and as I shared in an apology, the result was tasteless, and so my apology is around a poor decision I made.
As an educator, what lessons have you learned from this, and what lessons does this teach our students?
A lesson I already knew, which is think before you speak, think before you post, think before you engage in any sort of type of communication. What I'm hoping my students learn today is that I have a strong desire to repair trust with them. I read a prepared apology to them that because I was so nervous, because I've disappointed 2,200 kids. And so I read it, and students told me it sounded fake. So I spent the rest of my day reaching out to kids, meeting 1-on-1, 2-on-1, 4-on-1, 6-on-1, to really talk to them about how I can go about building trust back with our students. And I'm also interested in doing that within our school and community.
What are you hearing from the students during those visits?
Many things. Frustration. I didn't put together a piece for our students that the incident referenced is from 2003, and nearly none of our students were born then. So they know a different public figure than the one I referenced. I have learned a little bit more about Kobe Bryant, and since 2003, his approach that I wish I had known before I made a rash decision to post something to social media. The students are saying things that I'm agreeing with. One student said to me, kids will trust you again, but it will take time. And I said to him, I love my job. I love this school and I love the students, and I'm patient, and I will take whatever the time it takes to build that trust back.
What are some things you need to do to build that trust?
First, I'm listening. So one student emailed me an idea to have an assembly. I thought an assembly is too big, much like an all-call on our school. Might not feel personal enough. So there have been some other suggestions, and I'm working with district support to plan some next steps based on what we're hearing from our students and our staff in our community.
So what does this moment teach us about the power of the written word?
Multiple students today reminded me of a message I sent out last year that words matter. I actually intend to go look at it tonight and remind myself of something I said a year ago that it seems I might have forgotten a week and a half ago. And that students remembered what I said then is really the message, that words are permanent. And in today's social media, even though Snapchat goes away, it doesn't really go away. Even though you can delete a post, you can't really take back things that you've said. And so I've talked with students today about the nature of social media and how that one of the things I hope to continue to model for them is make a mistake, learn from it, and grow. That's what makes us human.
So the reactions about the Kobe Bryant death happened within an hour or so after the accident, correct?
Agreed, yes.
So walk us through your emotions at that time, what you knew, what you didn't know, and then talk about the criticisms you're getting from a lot of people that are here locally.
I received the news over the phone from someone. They just shared that he had died. My visceral Facebook response posted at that time, I could tell by the audience and the commentary of my friends that I missed the mark, took it down, posted something else immediately that said, my judgment of him is the same way people are judging me. Again, I didn't have context about the death, so seen separately, that might seem a little bit insensitive. What I know is, as of some news sources yesterday, the comments are being connected to be.
You're lying through your fucking teeth. She keep going back on this bullshit that once she, it's either or. Once she found out in the fashion that he passed, then you took it down. Now you're saying something different based on how you posted that. You got a reaction, and you said out of your mouth when with the first reporter that you pretty much posted, and then you cut the guy off, that basically whatever I post, I don't give a damn. I'm gonna stand on my opinion. You're lying. As we continue on my royal family.
Racist. What I can tell you, and what I hope students and staff in our school would tell you, is I've been working diligently towards equity measures. We talk about personal bias in our building. We read articles about what students of color face in our schools and opportunity gaps. The comment I made was in no way related to Kobe Bryant's race. The comment was about allegations made against him that he later addressed in 2003. With all of that said, it was insensitive, which I later understood the breadth of, because I understood then the size of the tragedy. And that's something that I want to make sure people understand. Kobe Bryant's race had nothing to do with my post.
So the post was deleted how quickly after?
I don't have an actual timeline. I posted it, I went to do something, I came back and saw that the comments were going back and forth and missing my intent, so I deleted it, made my new post. I'm guessing it's within an hour or two.
Now let's go to that second post, because people are sometimes more upset over the reaction to your second post, when the criticism there are saying that you're not remorseful about it, that you'll say whatever you want to say.
Well, I don't know that people understand that the second post happened on the 26th, and that it was as soon as I deleted the other post, that was the second post.
Bitch, you can't defend the second post. You shit out of luck. See, every time they get to that second one, your ass start fast talking. Ooh, I'm taking joy dragging you lying ass puck-face, racist bitch.
I am remorseful. I am remorseful because my student's school day was interrupted yesterday, and that breaks my heart. I am remorseful that people whose hero, who students in our building look up to, that I said something so insensitive, not having all of the information. I don't know that people saw the second post until my apology yesterday is when I understand the second post was shared. I believe people have an assumption it came yesterday. Those two Facebook posts came connected on the 26th.
Okay. Can you address the power and healing nature of forgiveness?
I just ended my day with a senior who came up to me and asked if he could give me a hug. He told me he did not agree with making a post, but that he had forgiven me and that he hopes moving forward that more students can connect with me. That's what I feel about forgiving, that it's what we model in our building, that if you make a mistake, you own up to it, you do something to restore the mistake you've made, and that you try and grow from whatever it is you learned. And what I want people to know is today was a hard day. It's the hardest day ever in my career in education in 23 years. But I learned something all day long, and I will continue to learn as I listen to the students who want to talk, the families who continue to reach out to me, colleagues in other districts who, as news is breaking, are reaching out.
What the fuck did you learn? You ain't even said what you learned. No, what you learned was that you were surprised that your own reacted the way that they did. See, that's what happens when you try to desecrate royalty. So y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
Asking how they can help and support. And so I want people to know that is my hope. I hope my apology is accepted, and I hope there is forgiveness on the horizon.
What have you learned?
Sort of that no-duh moment of think before you post. As silly as it sounds, I made a comment to my friends on a closed social media site that you know better. There's no such thing as privacy on the internet. I knew that. Here I am still. I have learned that our families have raised eloquent.
All right. My royal family. I'm Becky. All right. And, he asking me, what did I learn? Well, what I learned was I'm a racist bitch and I can't get a man and, and I'm just, really hurt that my own would portray me like this and that nigger, oops. I meant this, that knicker. I didn't say the N word. I put the N in the remember Kobe used to play for the Knicks? No, he didn't play for the Knicks. And I also learn my ways. But I know that I am dusty, and this will haunt me for the rest of my life. I didn't do anything. I'm a Susie Green Cheese. I care. I really do. Please, forgive me.
Well-spoken students, who many of whom took the time today to come tell me about the experience and the discussions at the dinner table or in the cul-de-sac last night and share opinions. And I've also learned that
there were a lot of those discussions,
and a lot of students shared them with me. I've also received some negative, hurtful emails, and I'm trying to temper those people's emotions, with what I'm learning in this situation. And again, I'm hopeful that what we model for our students, it's about being human, that we make mistakes, all humans do. And that what's important is that you grow from them, learn from them. The biggest learning for me today is nobody's infallible, and I messed up.
You're in a public leadership role. Are they held to a different standard?
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes without saying, especially in a community as tight-knit as ours, that when you're a public figure, which I think we only think of in education in terms of movie stars or athletes, truthfully, when you serve communities, you are a public figure as well. And so that's another learning I made is really, I don't have a private life in the sense of I don't get a Sunday off when I made a bad decision that this rolled into my school, and that disappoints me that I let kids down, I let my staff down, I let our families down.
Where do we go from here?
That's a good question. I wish I had a prepared answer to give you. I wish I had a plan ready and hatched. I continue to listen to people, students in the hallway, some students who have questions for me, a student I met with today who wanted to make sure that the comment wasn't racially related, and so he wanted to ask me and look me in the eye. I will continue to listen to what people think, and I will continue to rely on my mentors in the area and within our district who I believe really want to see moving forward, want to see the community heal over a situation that I created.
Bye, Becky. Your ass is gone. That shit was not genuine at all. And we don't give a damn. You don't have no job. Now you got a private life. That's what your ass get. I know you feel some kind of way as I speak. But check this out, my royal family. After listening to this, go to Anchor. Go to my community tab, and I have more to say. She will never, ever, 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 ever forget this. She was harboring something. Now she got something more to harbor. This woman is evil to the core, and more of you will expose thyself. I take joy, like many in the royal family, that you don't have the support that you thought that you had, that your own did not back you up. Sweet, oh so sweet to me, juicy, juicy, juicy. All right, my royal family, I'll see y'all over on Anchor. Render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe. Becky, one more thing. What is going on with your grill? Don't you have a dental plan? Did it kick in yet? You should have used it long ago. Ashe to the royal family.